Greetings, CQ family and community. This is your CQ moment, and I'm Harry Lee. Well, I love in our workshops when we can bring out the richness of the cultural values, especially as they were exhibited by Christ himself during his ministry here on earth. And there's one in particular that I love discussing with our workshop participants. It's the one where we talk about direct and indirectness, and which was Christ, and when was he either, and how was it exhibited throughout his ministry? When was he direct? Think about those times where he turned on the volume at full blast and would say stuff like, "You're the blind leading the blind," or "You're nothing but a bunch of whitewashed tombs." And those were mainly concentrated around confronting self-righteous hypocrisy. You ever thought about that? And when was he indirect? Well, he chose to be indirect in those moments that needed indirectness. Many times it was when he told parables, because he was relying on the listener to interpret what wasn't being said. And sometimes he would later on interpret what he was saying for himself and for others. But other times he just left it up to the listener to kind of figure it out. And many times they figured it out wrong, or it took time for them to figure it out. If you want a great case study on this, just turn your Bibles open to Luke chapter 7 one morning this week and look at the exchange between Christ and Simon in the middle of this dinner party when a woman walks in who is, quote, a sinner in Simon's mind and begins washing Christ's feet with her tears. Simon has a lot of implicit thoughts. Christ reads them all and he tells him the parable, but he doesn't interpret it. And he leaves that for Simon. Probably took him days to figure out. Christ was actually kind of backhanding him with regard to who was who in that parable. Study it, you'll see what I'm talking about. But the point is this: Christ knew exactly when to be direct, and he knew exactly when to be indirect. I mean, after all, he was the Son of God. So he had perfect CQ understanding and wisdom right there. And that's the point we should try to follow ourselves. Hopefully, if you've done the CQ assessment, you've seen the subdimension that measures your direct and indirect understanding under the action score. And hopefully, as you see that you understand, number one, how direct you are or indirect you are. You also understand when you should be direct or indirect. And you also understand in the moment who's direct and indirect around you and how they're perceiving not just what you're saying, but how you're saying it. That's strong CQ. And hopefully, as you grow and mature in your own journey of CQ, you will see how it greatly impacts your interactions with others and ultimately helps accomplish the very mission God has called you to and the gospel itself. Well, God bless you all. Stay true to your CQ targets, and we'll talk to you soon.